What's up, friendos, and welcome in to Leading Off right here on Fantasy Pros. I am Chris Welsh with an unstable internet connection, it seems. That is Casey Bubba, looking beautiful as always. BD Intric on Twitter. Is it the Welsh here? Hopefully everybody can actually hear me. Thank you, StreamYard. Bubba, what's up, buddy?
Not much, my friend. Just a beautiful Thursday. A couple games today, a smaller slate than usual, and a little bittersweet. So we're wrapping things up here pretty soon.
It's the final one. It's the final Bubba podcast.
Yeah.
Bubba and Welsh is the final one today. It is a little bittersweet. A little bittersweet seeing all those early games. Don't cry. Are you okay? Are you gonna cry?
Allergies are fun, man. I'm telling you, allergies are a lot of fun.
Yeah, no.
Everyone thinks I enjoy the certain California laws a lot, and I really don't. It's just it's allergies.
Yeah, allergies. It's totally not that you're sad that we're not going to be doing all the pods every week. That's it, right?
Yeah, although 100% there too. I enjoy my Welsh time. There's no doubt about that.
And there's definitely the realization. I don't know why. I had the realization today of like seeing all the early games and the early slate and being like, God, baseball is almost over.
Yep.
It's like almost there. It's like almost done. So there was just like a litany of. I started to put props on and then realized, oh, those are the 10 a.m. games for me. And baseball is coming to a big close. But it went out with a bang, at least last night, as Aaron Judge hit number 61, and all the hubbub, it went into the dugout. All the hubbub about how much that ball was going to bring in financially. $500,000 was an estimate, and it hit the dugout. One of the bullpen coaches, I think, got it. They gave it to the Maris family, which, by the way, I think is really cool. But a $2 million bounty looks like it's out there for if number 62 gets hit, Bubba.
Yeah, I'm just confused on why the bounty's so high when the real home run record isn't 61. So I got that's my confusion.
I think it's simply the Yankees.
Oh, it's the East Coast Yankees bias. Gotcha.
Yeah, well,
okay.
I mean, there's
Gotcha.
there's this purist thing, the
Oh,
purist of like.
you can take the purist out the window too.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think you obviously are going to agree with me. The purist is like, this is the real home run record, and it's like, no, it's not. I mean, I think even Maris actually said something about it, but it's not. The home run record is
Aaron
wrong.
Judge doesn't even believe it's the real home run. Like Aaron Judge gets it.
Yeah, there are a lot of sharing of videos today of what was it, Maris with Mark McGuire and like how happy and this is the real thing and da da da. But at the end of the day, I think there's that, but I think it's more the Yankee thing, more than the purist of like that's not it. It's more that this is the
Yankees record.
theoretical. If he hits one more, it will be the most prolific Yankees home run hitter in a single season ever, and that's I think what it's about.
Okay, well, I get that. That makes sense to me because Judge is, I think, deserving of that. But $2 million for baseball people, come on. There's a lot of other things to do in this world.
Yeah, well, there's a lot of people with the crazy, insane disposable money. Unfortunately,
True,
that's
true.
like the people that you and I aren't going to be like, all right, so let's get a pool together and let's invest in that. No, it's going to be someone who's just like, boom, 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 $2 million, whatever. Guys that don't care because it's
True.
going to only go up in value over time as a Yankee. I mean, the only thing that can happen that would be worse would be that ball being defeated by Aaron Judge maybe again. Like that's why you buy that ball and you hope to sit on it and no one gets it for a long period of time. But big crushing ball. I don't know if this is true, and I might be trolled on this, but I thought I saw someone tweet about this, and again, I very likely could have been trolled, so I'm acknowledging it. But someone said that Zach Hamill like bought out a section. Does anyone know if that was true? If he bought out a whole section, or was I just getting trolled?
If you were getting trolled, I was getting trolled too because I saw the same tweets going around. Like in left center field, he bought like whole section out.
Yes,
The thing is, that's what
Hamill,
Charlie
the
Sheen
home
did
run
that.
guy.
Charlie Sheen did that a few years back. Did the same thing. He like the whole left field section of a ballpark. Like so, it's been done. I don't know where's Zach. Where's Zach get the money for that?
Yeah, well, I mean, Zach's got a YouTube channel. He's got a lot of people that are out there. I mean, that's a great question. I don't know where he would have got the money for it, but to his logic, I mean, what would be the return for him to get the ball, but also B, to get it for his YouTube channel and stuff like that? To buy out a whole section is beyond me. What would that cost? What would the I don't know what bleacher seats or those
Toronto.
type of bleacher
Yeah, I
seats.
don't know.
I have absolutely no idea, but that was the thing out there that he he bought the whole section out. Zach Campbell, the famous home run getter, and gets all out there and whatever. But it was pretty cool. It's cool that we got it. We got both of the things too. I just want to point out we got the Pujols 700, and we got the 61 at least by Judge with Maris. So now the question is going to be, does Judge break it in a matter of whatever it is, 5 or 6 games? Do you think he's going to get to 62?
Oh yeah, 100%. I bet you he does it tonight or tomorrow. I don't think they play tonight. Tomorrow.
I do. I actually kind of do too. I think you're going to have less of that tenuous, weird pitcher thing that's going on. No walking or anything like that. Just attack him, and then he goes at it. But again, no fan got it. There was like a story going on about this like restaurant owner, the restaurant owner guy who dropped it, essentially dropped $500,000, and they kept panning back to him, and then it ended up going to. Wonky saying Judge gave it to
his mom.
Yeah,
he did.
Yeah. So it went to the Maris family, which was really awesome. So it was a cool thing all around. Nice way to kind of end the season. And I don't know, there's a little bit of happiness. Like Zach Campbell bought out a whole section. And
Jim's makes a good point, and I was thinking about it. If Hamill bought out that whole section, and what if the ball like lands like 12 rows up, and he's in the first row, and someone else runs in and picks it up? I would laugh so hard.
Oh God! And can you imagine too? I would have wanted like a camera on it if someone ran into his section when the ball got hit, because people would just hoard that section if that's where it went to. So we'll have to watch. That's what we'll look for. We'll be looking for the record to be passed in the next couple days here. And if there's anyone that can do it, Judge can do it. And I'm not interested in the whole prolific. This is the record or blah blah blah. So. Wonky, I didn't realize this. Gave it to his own mom.
Yeah, his own mom. Yeah.
Oh, I think I missed that. So that's even cooler.
Yeah. It works out for him because then it comes back to Northern California or Central California, and he can go see it whenever he wants. So technically, he kept the ball.
Oh, you mean when he signs with the Giants, he can see it whenever he wants?
Hey, don't put words in my mouth. Just speculating here. Just saying.
Okay.
He's from the Clovis, Fresno area. That's where he lives.
Grossest thing too is that like Pizapia was just attached to Judge all year. Like he just got him. It's ridiculous. It's so ridiculous.
Pizapia is attached to steroids. It happens.
Yeah, I mean, if he likes, we can't. I don't even know what to say. I wanted to like have something negative about it, but I couldn't do anything about it. By the way, I just want to point out to everybody, I have the text out to Joe because Joe said confirm with me on Thursday. Not received a reply back, so you're gonna have to tune in tomorrow to see if Joe does show up. If it is, it could be one of two bald guys. It could be this bald guy or the bald guy that we were hyping up here. Some other headlines. Tyler Glass now pitched 3 innings, giving up 2 hits. He did give up a homer while walking 1, striking out 3 in his performance. What was the pitch? I mean, 3 innings is about what I expected, 3-4 innings maximum. If he was efficient, I think he could have gone a little bit further, but I was looking, did you happen to see the innings cap? Because I think I wanted to say it was right around, or pitches. I'm sorry, I wanted to say it was right around 50, but I just didn't pull the number.
I didn't watch any of it. I just looked at the stats and the highlights later. It was around 50, give or take, is what they wanted to do. Their whole idea is to get them to like 70 or 80 by postseason and get maybe 5 innings out of them. So it's a good start in that direction.
Yeah. By the way, 50 exactly. It was 50 pitches, 32 strikes he threw. He had the 3 Ks, the homer, gave up a couple hits. So 3 innings got him 50. He just wasn't as efficient where he maybe could have gone like a little bit more. But good to get Glass now back. Also, Red Sox activated Nate Eovaldi for everybody here from the IL over the last couple days. You guys can take that for what you will. On the injury front, Trevor Story not expected to return this season due to a left heel injury, and fantasy teams don't know otherwise. Actually, you know what? Fantasy teams probably got better because they just made the hard decision they couldn't make before, and they're actually getting good production. What a disaster. I don't even know. I think maybe I would know the answer as I'm about to say it, but like you want to talk about disasters of fantasy relevance this year. I want to say Trevor Story is near the top, but Chris Bryant not hitting a homer in court. Like Chris Bryant's year is a disaster. Like teams changing with expectations. Trevor Story and Chris Bryant are at the top of biggest disasters, right?
100%. And Trevor Story at least had a run where he was good. And you look at his overall stat line, it's not horrendous, but not where you drafted him is what you're looking at. He's a great bounce back candidate last year, at least he shows the potential, where Bryant's just broken, it looks like. So I was anti-Bryant to begin with, some kind of bias there. But yeah, Bryant was a tremendous, it was just Rockies being Rockies. Let's put it that way. Let's spend a lot of money on a guy that can't do anything for us.
Yeah. Well, and didn't Story have like that 2 weeks? It was like 2 weeks where he was just, like,
unconscious.
Yeah, unconscious is a great way to say it. He was completely unconscious, but now he'll be out for the rest of the year. Yamo Cottonau remains out of the lineup on Thursday. Again, another one of those players where it's like, doesn't matter, didn't really matter. Tigers, couple injury pieces. They placed Kerry Carpenter on the 10-day IL with left lumbar strain, and Matt Manning on the 60-day IL with right forearm strain. Much worse there. And Charlie Blackmon was diagnosed with a torn meniscus in his left knee. Is going to miss the remainder of the 2022 season. One of the biggest mysteries, I think, over the last couple of years is why did the Rockies never make a concerted effort to just get him off this team? I mean, just build with whatever minor leaguers you got. You got the guys like Tolia coming up now. Like, just do something else. Why has Charlie Blackmon still been out there? This has to be it after this injury, right?
You would think so. He still has, I think, a year or two left on his contract, but you'd hope he kind of like just say, you know what, I'm done type thing. It doesn't make sense. You know, you get rid of Arenado, you read a Story when you have a slew of outfielders in your minor league system, like you said, and they went and paid Blackmon. So it's weird. Great career, but it's definitely fizzled off quickly.
Also, like, you can't tell me that a contract makes a guy unmovable because it's just not true. If a team wants to do it, no, I mean, they did it in the Diamondbacks did it with stupid Bronson Arroyo, attach a prospect to it. Like, if you really need to get off it, maybe it's not worth it. You know, Blackmon, he's a face. He's one of the only faces to that team. So, you know, he's got a theme. People love him with the beard and stuff. Maybe he sells jerseys, but I don't know. I don't see why let him block. But also, maybe the Rockies just haven't had enough talent that they feel is being held back. So why? You know, it's a little different when you don't have a player that's coming up, like a team like, you know, just jumped to my head, of course, the Diamondbacks. It's like when you guys got like Corbin Carroll and stuff coming up, you can make moves to move David Peralta. You can move David Peralta on to someone else. When you've got a guy like Corbin Carroll that's going to come out, Rockies don't exactly have that. Have not had. They've got him in the minors. It's just not close enough. Zach Veen, who'll be playing in the Arizona Fall League starting next week, probably their most prolific, you know, prospect. Benny Montgomery, another one of those that's out there, but they just are not quite on it. This is an interesting note here from Wonky. I think Wonky put this in. I love this debate. Who will you draft next season first? Zach Gallen or Spencer Strider?
It's a great question. When I saw that on the outline, it's really tricky because Strider has that ceiling of, I think we talked about it on Tuesday, 250, 300 strikeouts potentially. Like, just crazy numbers. But Gallen's just been a consistent, underappreciated, like, dark horse. Like, he'll get a couple Cy Young votes, maybe not first place votes, but he's going to get some. I still go Strider for the ceiling that you're getting. But Gallen, like, if you like to draft safe and then take risks later, Gallen's a really strong pick to take.
Strider is definitely my pick. I did it. I had this decision in the early mock, which Bogman and I will actually be recording today, and it should be out later today if people are looking for it, where we're breaking down our early 2022 or 2023 fantasy baseball redraft mock. And I had this decision, and Strider was the first pitcher I took. And I know there's risks in it, but the guy has made so many changes and has become so elite of a strikeout option. Yes, I worry about consistency and command into next year, but I don't know. I mean, I think at worst it could be similar to a Cease situation where Cease, you know, I think even the previous year we're like, oh, it's got to fall apart. And it didn't. It just got better. I am very much team Spencer Strider for the wins, the context of the team, the run support. I'm a little bit worried about the Diamondbacks and in this rebuildish type of thing that they're in, but it's very close. It is very, very close, but this is pretty easy Spencer Strider to me. And his mustache is pretty great too.
Yes, it is.
Let's not deny that. Let's see. This day in baseball, 1986, Chicago Cubs rookie Greg Maddux defeated the Philadelphia Phillies 8-3. The losing pitcher was his brother, Mike, who was also a rookie. It was the first time brothers had ever faced each other as rookies.
Impressive.
I like that. I like that marker, and I love that it was the Maddux brothers. Let's go through some stat heroes. Eduardo Escobar, 3 for 5 with a homer and 5 RBI yesterday. Chas McCormick had a homer, 3 for 3 for the Astros. Brian De La Cruz, this is that season. Boy, look at this list, by the way, of players. This is 100% the end of September. Yeah, totally. Brian De La Cruz, homer. Jake Cave, 3 for 3. Jock Peterson, 2 for 3. Matt Olson had a homer. Alex Verdugo with a homer. Taylor Ward, when's the last time we said his name? 2 for 4 with a home run. Alan Trejo with a homer, and Aaron Judge, of course, going 1 for 4 with a home run. Totally that type of season. Why it is nice that we don't have the 40-man anymore, because this would be dramatically worse for anybody playing to the end. But got to make the tough moves in redraft to pick up guys like Brian De La Cruz and Jake Cave to win your championship, Bubba.
Yeah, it's what makes this kind of a fun yet stressful and annoying time of the year that all of a sudden these guys that really have not been relevant at all and could not be relevant next week, but that doesn't matter because season's over.
Exactly. On the pitching side, Bryce Wilson, never would I guess, 8 innings, 3 hits, no earned runs, 6 strikeouts. Brandon Woodruff was great, 6 innings, 10 strikeouts. Rich Hill, 6 with 9 strikeouts. Tristan McKenzie, really finishing off the year so strong. And it's funny, I was just working on my redraft ranks, just looking at his numbers and how far I need to bring him up for next season was a fun exercise. 6 innings, 6 strikeouts, 3 hits, 1 earned run. Justin Verlander also 8 strikeouts over 7 innings. Some stat zeros. Pete Alonso, Joey Gallo, Ryan Mountcastle, all 4 for 4 Ks. John Birdie 0 for 5 with 4 Ks. Remember when Birdie was going to be the fantasy savior at the mid-year, and everyone was like, this is why you don't have to draft your saves. This is why or your steals. You don't overpay for your steals because of Birdie. And then
and then this happens. He gets hurt, and he's just not the same.
No, not bueno. On the pitching side, Johnny Cueto got lit up, 6 earned runs and 5 2/3. He did have 7 strikeouts. So Mitch White, 3 earned runs, didn't get to the 4th. He had a K. Not that I expect anybody was streaming him. Dean Kremer, 3 earned runs in 5, and Jake Odorizzi, 3 2/3, 1 earned run, 3 walks. But we know why he's on this list because Wonky saw Wonky's always going to put Jake Odorizzi numbers on the list so everybody knows what's going on. The home run contest. Bad. Yeah, I know it's always bad. The home run contest we had yesterday was the Wonky bonus, and the Wonky bonus did not hit for anybody. And what that was somebody under 100 career homers getting a home run. Like I took Austin Riley. I actually was thinking about Matt Olson too, and I went off of it. And Wonky had Gleyber Torres. Nobody hit it whatsoever. Joe did get a bomb, of course, and got to move up the list because of Aaron Judge, but nobody else because everybody at the top of the leaderboard, everybody went for the bonus, and it was not hit. So it is still a very tight race. Cat Fox is in the lead at 56, El Skell at 55 with Helpless in Miami, High Cubby at 54. So those top 4 are within 2 home runs of each other, and you've got to Wednesday. You guys got to Wednesday for one of you to win that autographed Fernando Tatis jersey, which will look very, very good in whatever abode you have. And, of course, what also would look good is a nice little crown or tiara over at BetMGM. This matches my hat, actually. This actually looks pretty good, if I'm going to say so for myself. I've got the blue stones for BetMGM. Use our promo code leading off. Do it right now. Go use the app. Go jump on. Get on the website, whatever it is. Use a promo code. You get a $1,000 risk-free first bet up to, and they're going to hook you up. Go do it today. Support the podcast. Get some bets on, and get yourself prepped for playoff baseball, because that is what I am ready for. So BetMGM, thank you to them for all season long. And thank you to these wonderful tiaras. Thinking about doing an auction in the off season for some game used tiara stuff. What do you think, Bubba? Maybe we'll make you like that?
I think it's a great idea. It makes some baseball cards, put a little tiara piece in there. I think there's a market for that for sure.
You know, if we made some custom cards, I've got like 3 pieces I could put on, and maybe even take some of this. Do some some custom stuff. Maybe we'll just straight up auction off the red one. I don't know. I think we got some. Make sure you follow me on Twitter for all of that big old hype stuff we need. We definitely need it, and I am very well accessorized. Thank you, Go Cards. It's 100% right. All right, here's some props today. I kind of went all around because first off, I'll tell you the list was littered with morning game stuff over at Betting Pros. The MLB prop cheat sheets where you want to be. It's going to just throw out tons of good names for you just to get your juices flowing if you're not focused on where you want to go. So I kind of went through and tried to find some names that I was just really into. As a matter of fact, on the total base prop, I just picked 2+ money plays of big names. But on the pitching side, the top guy I could find was Jeffrey Springs. And that's another one of those guys in going for next year's stuff. I'm telling you, I'm really going to be in on Jeffrey Springs next year, and he is in no value to anybody yet. Yeah. Jeffrey Springs, 5.7 is a projected strikeouts today. It is versus Cleveland, though. 4.5 is the number that you need, and it is -130 on DK, so you just need 5 strikeouts. John Gray up against Seattle. This one might even be tastier. Over on Unibet, +125. He's projected at 5.9. The number is 5.5. So you need 6 strikeouts from John Gray, which is very doable against a Mariners team. I kind of like that one. Your 2+ total base money plays of bigger names. Adolis Garcia, 1.5 total bases over, plus 115 on DK, and Bobby Witt Jr. up against Detroit, 1.5 total bases over at Unibet, plus 114. So Bobby Witt, Adolis, you got John Gray, Jeff Springs. What do you like out of this crew here, Bubba?
I think I'm going with the Jeff Springs one just because he's been a strikeout monster. The only concern I have is Cleveland doesn't strike out a lot, but Springs has been awesome. And from the hitting side, it's funny. I was going to pick Adolis Garcia for the home run call, and I changed my mind. I love him tonight against Marco Gonzalez. I think that's a really good one.
Okay, those are some good ones if you guys want to check out. If you want to play over on the DFS slate, Bubba, what do you got for us for today? Like you said, it is kind of a weird day. What are you looking at stack-wise, pitchers? What do you got?
Yeah, there's only 4 games tonight to target here. So pitching wise, you got Shohei on the mound, which was obviously great. John Gray is not a bad discount on DK as well, and that's about all I really like. It's a rough pitching slate. So that means I got a lot of bats, and you can go Carlos Rodon too. But I always love to target Sean Manaea. So the Dodgers are 100% in play. Texas versus Marco Gonzalez as well. Those are my top 2 looks for you. But I think San Diego versus Andrew Heaney, who's getting up a ton of bombs, could be kind of fun as well.
So, I mean, even one of the fun things in there, you mentioned John Gray. That's like 2 times over why you might want to make the bets on him. You know, that might be a play when you talk about him on both sides. Going over to the home run contest, boy, you guys got to buckle down. You guys at the top, you got to buckle down. I got my 40 spot. I got my 40 homers on the year. And Jim's brought up an interesting question. Would a Judge bot not be winning due to double headers? So that's an interesting question. So Judge has got 61 homers. If you take, I don't know how many homers he hit in double headers. You take that off? I think so. I mean, how many homers do you think he hit in double headers this year? Maybe 2 at most. If that was, then he'd be at 59, and the Judge bot would win. A Judge bot would beat everybody in the home run contest. Still a couple more days to go, but that's a rough one. So I like that question.
You need to do like a home run survivor where you can only pick each player once a month or something. Like I wouldn't say a whole season because that's tough. Like you can only take Judge 1 day a month, and then see
what though? I think a season would be fun.
It'd be a lot of fun for degenerates like us. 100%. Yeah.
Oh, degenerates like us. You're gonna have to go
Brian De La Cruz in September,
dude. At the end of the year, we're taking Brian De La Cruz. We're taking backup catchers.
Give me Chris Taylor of the Dodgers for Sean Manaea, please.
Yeah, you know what? I really, really think that would be that would actually be that would fun. Yeah. Like doing a league like that would be fascinating. A lot of guys in the chat too. So I had the Peanuts of Cracker Jacks over here, fantastic, talking about doing like listener leagues and stuff like that. And I agree. I actually really, really love the one and done contest type of idea. But you know how we would manage that would be a whole nother ball game. So speaking of homers, Bubba, you had a pretty good year. We probably should have calculated how you did on all guest appearances, but you did well. I think you did very well if you were here every day. So what do you got going for tonight?
I'm eating chalk. I'm going to go with the obvious here, and it's because I love the fade one Sean Manaea, or not Sean Manaea, Cole Irvin in this matchup. So give me Mike Trout, who's having a great finish to the season, to remind everybody who he is. So give me Mike Trout versus Cole Irvin.
Ooh, and I don't see any else on the board here either. Let me go back and look. I don't see a Wonky, I don't see a Mayer. We know Judge is going with Joe, and I got to tell you, I had not picked mine before. You know what? I'm going to go with, this just kind of jumped out to me. I'm going to go with my boy, Adolis Garcia, who we talked about.
I like it.
I'm going to go with my boy, Adolis Garcia today. I'm already at 40. I hit my marker that I want. So let's see if we can get it. And as Wonky said,
40 is the new 30, so it's okay.
That's right. I hope so. I'm
you and me both.
I'm a mere 7 months away from 40, I think. So I really hope it is. Hey, Bubba, you did a fantastic job. You and I, we have a great relationship way before way before Fantasy Pros, as we've been doing stuff for a long time. We've always considered you only a few guys out there are true brothers of ITL that you fit in as far as what Bogman and I do it in this league. But I just want to tell you, you did a great job here this season. I'm glad that Fantasy Pros gave you an opportunity to be on here. And I think listeners and watchers of the streams enjoyed you on. So just wanted to give you a hat tip since this is your final episode.
I appreciate that, my friend. It's very nice. I appreciate the listeners. They've been awesome, like in the chats and on Twitter and everything. So it's been fun. Hope to do it again more often with you next year, or whatever endeavor we do. I always enjoy the ITL family. And bright side, Welsh, I get to see you in like 33 days.
You do? Yeah. Well, yeah. You know what I found out? My wife got a little bit of the business because we found, well, not that it's her fault or anything like this, but my son has a play and it is on the Friday night of first pitch.
Ooh.
So I will be away for about an hour on there.
I get in on Wednesday, and there's no conference stuff on Wednesday. So it could be just you and me at the ballpark.
Baby, let's do it. That's right. You get in on Wednesday. And that is a reminder. Make sure that you're following, follow Bubba at BD Intric. Follow me on Twitter, is it the Welsh. Starting on Monday, unfortunately, I won't, unless something changes, I won't be here, but I will be over in the Arizona Fall League because it kicks off on Monday. I will be there breaking down Jason Dominguez, Jordan Walker, Jordan Lawler, Nick Gonzalez, Tink Hens, all the top prospects in baseball that are going to be there. Brennan Davis. I'm going to be out doing for the entire month. And later in the month is going to be First Pitch. I have no affiliation with it, but the First Pitch Arizona Conference. And that's where Bubba's going to be out there. You're going to see guys like Paul Spohr, your favorite fantasy baseball
Clegg will be there, who's been on the
Clegg is going to be there. Yeah, there's a rumor. We might even get, I'd blow up a spot, but like Frank Stanfield from CBS might be. I mean, it might be blowing up. But the cool thing is we're all going to be together and we'll all be posting information out there. So follow us on Twitter. That's the best way to do any of it because it's not necessarily here again unless Fantasy Pros wants to do some stuff and cover AFL. I'm right here to do it, but it's going to be an awesome run for about 6 weeks and we'll all be together, Bubba and I, sitting in the stands talking baseball, talking prospects. And that is also why you might care, besides the toting of all of it, is that it's usually where the first best ball, the first drafts of the official kickoff of the 2023 season happen there. They'll do some NFBC drafts and usually the new projections for Steamer come out right around then. And then you'll also have, like I said, all of that stuff with the first draft. So if you guys care about it, the Twitter's the best. For me, I've got the Patreon. Is it the In This League? I'll say, is it the In This League? InThisLeague.com and my show Prospect One, where I'll be doing extended coverage of the AFL and stuff like that. So subscribe to that. Go to InThisLeague.com if you want. And that is all that we've got. Did I make a? Oh yeah, I made a home. Did I make a home run call? Adolis Garcia, I did. What do you got, Bubs?
Just one last thing. Follow my Twitter. There might be something coming out on Monday.
Oh, we got something.
Yeah, just saying.
I'm going to find out off air. So
yes, you will. Yes, you will. When you guys follow Twitter.
I'm going to hit in broadcast and I'm going to find out the deets here in just a second. So here is your tease for tomorrow, friends. I have not heard from Joe. Will he be here or will he not? You're going to have to tune in and find out for the final episode of the 2022 regular season right here at Leading Off. I will be here, but who else? Might be a surprise. Brendos, thank you guys so much. Bubba, great job. We'll talk to you again tomorrow on the final one for Leading Off. For Bubba Welsh, it's Leading Off, and we're out of here.